Well, I changed my water pattern. Made a huge difference. The foliage is a lot greener. Things that weren't surviving are surviving. But this is the one I'm most fascinated with. It's such a pretty tomato. It's just beautiful. There's no issues really, but what I was doing was overwatering at night, and I wasn't getting foliage. There's my basil. So happy. I burned them with fertilizer. And then I corrected the water. And when I did that, I started getting a new foliage, which I felt was good. And there's all the little seedlings for that bee rescue. And this was having trouble coming up. And this morning it corrected. This one corrected. I started seeing some differences in the soil. You have to really watch that watering. So what I did, I gave him a little sip at night, and I gave him a little tiny drink in the morning, real gently. And then I seen this. Just in a night, I think it went about, what, 4 inches. And then my squash pulled through, and those sprouts are coming up. The jalapenos really loved it, and so did the chilies. So I must have been overwatering. Well, my garlic's starting to come up. Even the sage responded. And then I noticed the garlic came up. I was really, really shocked. And I think that's another approach you have to be careful with, is watering. These are a chili. Don't know what kind, but it has to be a serrano. So you got to be careful with fertilizer, and you have to be careful with watering. So I'm seeing a lot more foliage. It's stronger, healthier. These Romano bean poles are driving me crazy. Even the rosemary started curling and moving a lot faster. So watering is very important. It's not like the grow room. It's totally different approach. But this is the one I'm most proud of because I sunk it, put some calcium, and I loosened up that soil a little bit, and it just shot right up. It was just a stem, and it just must have loved that calcium and fertilizer, kelp, and I couldn't even believe the basil. Just a beautiful basil. Even that increased. So I'm really, really happy this morning. Now I gotta look for those aphids because they tend to come in pretty hard. There's those burned leaves, but it just feels more lush, thicker, and it looks a lot greener than it was looking. And all the burned leaves, I just let them be there. And I noticed this morning when I stuck my finger in there, it was a lot different. So I'm really, really happy with these tomatoes. They're an heirloom. I think that does make a lot of difference. Couldn't believe the basil and the growth on that. Today's supposed to be a really sunny day. I'm really excited. Watch your watering and watch your approach. Even with a silly onion tower, totally is happy. I think the garlic's starting to sprout too. Yeah, it's sprouted. Keeping it in a cooler place. Now my second problem is trying to put something in this little narrow space and utilize that space. So things are looking great, and they're starting to come up out of the ground. Overwatering can really, really stunt things, and the succulents are doing well. So today's a good day. Yes. Have a good day, you guys.